Kang and Doctor Doom, the two best villains Marvel has ever made. Thanos can suck a chode. Alright, let's clear some air right now. As of late, I've been very down on the Dawn of X titles. The only two I'm still reading are X-Men and Marauders. And I'm kind of falling off of X-Men, and Marauders is not going in the places I'm liking. Fantastic Four is another book that I was very eager to jump onto, and I loved a lot of it, but the current arc is not for me. So these two books, X-Men and Fantastic Four, they're not really doing it for me the way I want them to. Then this book came out today, written by my favorite writer at Marvel right now, taking some of my favorite characters, and we get X-Men Fantastic Four #1, written by Chip Zdarsky. This is the best book Marvel's put out in a long time. First off, this is right up my alley for what I want from the X-Men and Fantastic Four. We're dealing with an eternal problem on both fronts. We want Franklin Richards to join Krakoa and become one of the Mutant Nation's proudest and most prominent members, but we also want to keep him with his family of the Richards. So how do we deal with this conflict? We don't do it well. And that's what I love about this book. First off, it's from Franklin's perspective, and I always like seeing Franklin. I'm kind of glad he got aged up a little bit after some certain events, because I think we needed that. He's kind of like that teen hero that was here first, and now he's not really on the champion. Why isn't him or Val on the champions? That's weird. That's unrelated. So he's kind of figuring out some stuff about himself, and one of the things he's figuring out is his power is dwindling, and it is starting to go away to the point where he doesn't know if he's going to have it forever. And when you are somebody who's born special and you are the son of Reed Richards and Susan Storm Richards, how do you live with the potential when you're just a regular human? Your dad is the smartest man in the world, and your mother is one of the strongest people in the world. How are you supposed to live up to that when you're just one ordinary human? I love seeing that part of Franklin and the struggle he's having with that and understanding that. My girl, Kate Pryde. Yes, Kate Kitty, my lady, my favorite X-Men character. The best X-Men character plays a prominent role in this story because Professor X wants her to go get Franklin Richards because they have a connection, and I'm very happy that they referenced the old X-Men versus Fantastic Four book from the 80s where Kitty was kind of potentially dying and Franklin came to visit her to keep her company. Yes, that is what I want. That's why we get Chip Zdarsky to do this, because that's what I wanted from this book. And while this is happening, we get a bunch of mutants who are going to come to Yancey Street to figure that out. But before that, we get a really great moment, probably my favorite moment in the book, where Franklin is talking to his dad and he's saying, "You're the smartest man in the world. Why can't you fix me? You haven't done it right. You're too busy on everything else to focus on your own son." And he leaves to go talk to Ben, because Ben is another guy who understands where he's coming from in terms of dealing with Reed. And it's my favorite part of this entire book is Franklin says to Ben, "It's amazing he can fix every problem in the world except for you and me." Chip, what are you doing? Why are you hitting me with these feels, man? I don't need to feel this way when I'm reading a book about superheroes, man, because it's just so real. I get it. I hate you. You're so good at writing. Why aren't you on the actual Fantastic Four book or an actual X-Men book? Why are you just doing this mini-series? It's so intense. And then we get the encounter where the X-Men and Fantastic Four clash, and we see kind of Charles and Reed trying to figure out in this non-hostile way, and everyone's going back and forth at each other. Wolverine's here trying to talk to Wolverine, Storm, Magneto, some other X-Men show up, and they're just all kind of clashing with Fantastic Four, which I really like. There's some great stuff going on there that's really fun to see. Sue just kind of bubbles up Magneto and tosses him out of their house, and now a fight's breaking out. And while this is happening, Kitty comes to the rescue and gets Franklin out of there, and they're so good together. I like seeing just the way she respects his opinions and his values and the way that he knows that she can help him. I really like to see that. And she just takes him out of the situation where the families can fight and figure stuff out. And I like the line too where Reed's like, he could come there on his own time. Like, when he's old enough to make these decisions himself, I'm more than willing to let him go. But Charles, you obviously have an agenda, and that's what's freaking me out here, bud. Like, why do you need him right now? What's going on in your life that's got you needing him to come? And something's up. I really like seeing that. And if, you know, the fight starts breaking out and Franklin wants to go away and just run to Krakoa because he feels like he feels like he needs to be there to feel like himself, because he does want to figure out what's wrong with his powers and they can actually help him. So there's the gate. He's gonna run through it. Boom! Can't go through. Reed Richards, in Reed Richards fashion, finds a way to dampen the mutant gene inside of Franklin so it's not being picked up or traced for anything. So Franklin cannot get to Krakoa. This only furthers the divide between father and son, and Franklin storms off because it's Reed Richards. He's not going to do anything right when it comes to his family, but somehow Sue still stays with him. I don't know, whatever, it's fine. Good for you, Sue. Stay in there and be happy. So now just the X-Men just leave, and then Fantastic Four just leaves because Franklin's got to do stuff for himself now. So who does he talk to but his sister Valeria, and she's like, okay, well, that kind of sucks, but the X-Men aren't that cool either, but I just want you to be happy, bro. So what do? They sneak onto the Marauder, and Kate finds them hiding in some tools, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta get off the island. But they're not actually going down right away. They're going on a refugee to help people that are stranded, and they are attacked by Doctor Doom on the way there. And then we're setting up issue 2, because what happens when you're both a Fantastic Four member and a mutant? You have 2 sets of enemies. This book is so well written. It's just so well structured. It has all of my favorite characters from the Fantastic Four and X-Men prominently featured. It feels like a really good family drama about a teenage son who's trying to find himself in this world. It also has this need to rebel against authority. It plays into the strength of Ben. It plays into the strengths of Reed. It plays into the strengths of Susan. It plays into the strengths of Professor X and Kate Pryde. This is perfect. This is what I need from my X-Men and Fantastic Four. Family drama, political drama, and something that feels realistic and natural in the world is creating and isn't over-the-top scary like a lot of Dawn of X has become in terms of the way people are acting. I like seeing Franklin Richards take center stage here because he's a character who's kind of been underutilized since his development, and he is an Omega level mutant. So let's do something with that, and we finally are. And I'm very excited to see where this book goes. Chip Zdarsky, you are gonna make me fall in love with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men again. Why can't you just shut up and just stop being so good at writing? Please, man. Stop this. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. You can check out my Patreon for exclusive content where I talk over all the books I got this week. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!